Hi guys, welcome to this video. This is Dr. Moorthy, working as assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. So in this video, we are going to discuss about a topic called sliding friction. So this is one topic with the engine friction and rigid body dynamics. And here in this previous lecture videos, we have discussed about introduction to engineering mechanics and what is statics and dynamics. So in general, engineering mechanics is the branch of science deals with the behavior of object, and when the object is in motion or in rest condition. If the object is in rest condition, it is called statics. It is in the motion or movement or in then it is called as dynamics. Then the dynamics is further classified into the kinematics and kinetics. That depends on the force consideration and without force consideration. And further with that, there is another concept called friction. That friction is the resisting force to the movement of object. It is developed, and what is friction force? And so here we are going to discuss about what is sliding friction. So sliding friction is one type of friction. It caused when the one object is slide over the another object. And the best example for sliding friction is the screw friction. Here the one object will slide over another one. So another here the diagram will give uh, the object is moving or sliding in the inclined plane. So that the friction force will act in the opposite direction where the object will slide, whether it is upward or downward. So that depends on the direction of the sliding of object. The friction force direction will be changed. So here, uh, a screw converts rotational motion into linear motion. The friction between the screw thread and the nut. So that helps lift heavy load, prevent reverse motion. So that is the application of friction. So due to that friction, the screws are often self-locking. So with that, that is the basically example of friction to prevent a sliding is with the screw friction. So here one some applications called car jack, presses and clamp, nut bolt and fastening. So here the concept will with that empathize part, uh, but the application of friction in the sliding manner where the object is placed in the inclined plane, and when the object or the self weight of the object or the external force will overcome the sliding or the frictional force, and the object will tends to slide. That depends on the direction where the force is applying. If we are giving the force towards the upper side, the frictional force will act in the opposite direction called towards downward. If the pushing force or external force is acting towards the downside, and the frictional force will act in the opposite direction. So this is the way the sliding will happen, or the frictional force will play the major role in the sliding. So next one here, the rolling resistance. The application is the wheel will slide or will roll over in the inclined plane. It creates the rolling resistance or rolling frictional force, where here we are moving or we are called we are applying the force towards upper side. The rolling frictional force will acting towards the downward. So this is what will happen when the force is applied. The direction of travel, it is listed in the diagram. It will move in the upper side, and it measured as a truck speed, and the rolling resistance will act in the opposite direction. uh, so here one, the opposing force is called rolling resistance. So the definition is when a body is made to roll freely over another body, a resistance is developed in the opposite direction called rolling resistance, as it is related to the sliding friction or friction. When the roll of the body is called as the roller, is moving in the direction, and in the opposite direction there is a resistance will create, and it is called the force of rolling resistance. And always the resistance will happen or will develop in the direction in the opposite direction to where the object is moving. So this is what mentioned in the rolling resistance, and we each type of the friction will have a separate application, and the separate application. So it depends on application, depends on requirement, the things will be changing. Thank you.